think the official called it on the body.
I ain't never missing.
Oh, his first miss of the year. Right after he said to somebody, I ain't never miss it.
He should have, well, the mistake he made, too, is he shot it. Not that he said something, is that he backed and walked away.
Oh, but when you're 23 for 23,
well, he ain't 23 for 23 now.
You're exactly right. Never been more right.
Oh, my goodness.
23 for 23, and then 0 for 2.
What is up, everybody? Pour a little green eggs and ham out for Dr. Seuss. This is another episode of Yelling from the Bench, brought to you by Primetime Sports Talk. Tom Brady. We've talked about him a few times on the show. He likes to collect and throw Lombardi trophies. He likes to collect high fives, but unfortunately no one will give him one. Someday. One thing we know is that the guy is just built different, especially over the last 20 years, but also mentally. The man just won his 7th Super Bowl, and he can't even relish in the celebration, and he's already thinking about 8. And just like my favorite show, he thinks 8 is not enough. Tampa Bay quarterbacks coach Clyde Christensen, or as I like to call him, TBQBCCC, talked about how it hadn't even been 12 hours since Super Bowl 55, and Tom already told him he was thinking about next year. In an article in Tampa Bay Times, Christensen said, quote, "Hey, I didn't see you after the game. I just wanted to tell you thanks and what a great journey and how much I appreciated everything you did." The second thing he said, "I was just sitting here thinking, and I think we can really be better next year." He was already excited about next year. It's amazing. That's how his mind works. Come on, Tommy. You got 7 Super Bowls, and you've made appearances on Entourage and Ted 2. Can you please save some glory for the rest of us? He's already thinking about next year, just 12 hours after he won the Super Bowl. I know for me, I wish I could do this show more than once a week. Unfortunately, I'm too busy celebrating the 6 other days, basking in my YouTube glory. In hip-hop, it's very common for 2 rappers to have beef, and they may exchange some words and maybe make a couple diss tracks. Pro wrestling thrives off rivalries. Good versus bad, and they settle it in the squared circle. But I bet you definitely wondered, what if those 2 worlds collide? Well, thank you, Soulja Boy and Randy Orton. Now, this all started when Soulja Boy made a tweet accusing pro wrestling of being fake. And if you know one thing, pro wrestlers hate when you call their sport fake. Now, Randy Orton just isn't anybody in pro wrestling. He's a 16-time world champion. He's been in the business well over 2 decades. And he had some choice words for Soulja Boy. Now, Soulja Boy went right after Orton, and basically Orton threw out a challenge. Randy's listed at 6'5", 250 pounds. Safe to say Soulja Boy ain't that big. Soulja Boy used to talk about kiss me on the phone. Yeah, he gonna have to tell her to call 911. And now for a couple of quick yellouts. Snoop Dogg absolutely loses his mind, slams the controller, and quits when he absolutely is being demolished in a game of Madden. In this week's Celebrities Are Just Like Us, Sucking at Video Games.
This came in this and everything went bad. This man.
Former NFL quarterback Jay Cutler told a fan that in order to take a picture with him, he first had to chug a pitcher of beer. The Minnesota Department of Transportation had a contest to name some of their snowplows. And some of the winners included F. Salt Fitzgerald, Death Blader, and Plowy McPlowface. I definitely want to write the Saturday morning cartoon featuring Plowy McPlowface. And that was another episode of Yelling from the Bench. Be sure to like, subscribe, and stay notified.